Hello, and welcome to KidZone. Have you ever been asked to do a difficult job? Now, there are many things that we're asked to do that may be difficult to us, but there are also things that might come really easy to us. I remember when I was learning to play guitar. Just like any new skill, it takes time and effort and patience. But the pain I felt in my fingers, I just wanted to give up. I was getting frustrated, but eventually it clicked. What about you? Now, we are usually more willing to attempt to do things we feel comfortable doing, things that we know we can do, aren't we? But what about those tasks that are difficult, things that you struggle to do, and that we give up and we get frustrated if we don't get them right first time? In today's lesson, we're looking at the next part of Moses' story found in Exodus chapter 3 and 4. And we'll see that God is going to ask Moses to do something for him that is going to be difficult. We learnt last week that Moses had been born around the time that Pharaoh ordered the deaths of all male babies in Egypt, Hebrew babies, that is. Moses' mother and sister hid Moses in the reeds along the bank of the river Nile, but he was spotted and rescued by the daughter of Pharaoh. Pharaoh's daughter raised Moses as her own son with all the privileges of royalty. And when Moses was about 40 years old, we learn that Moses, seeing one of his people, the Hebrews, being beaten by an Egyptian slave master, and in his anger he kills that Egyptian slave driver. Moses, I'm sure, thought he was helping, but he didn't help. It was no good. He had to run away from Egypt because Pharaoh wanted to kill him for murdering one of his people. Moses went about it the wrong way. He could have used his royal status and his influence to make the situation better for the Hebrews, but he didn't. And because of this, he had to run away and ended up in a place called Midian. But God had other plans. He didn't run away. And as we will see later, the story God had things work out this way to teach Moses a thing or two. This was all part of God's master plan. So let's read a few important parts of the Bible, and I will ask you questions along the way. Exodus chapter 2, verses 2 and 3 says this: Moses led the sheep to the west side of the desert. He came to Sinai, the mountain of God. There the angel of the Lord appeared to Moses in flames of fire coming out of a bush. Moses saw that bush was on fire, but it was not burning up. So Moses said, I will go closer to this strange thing. How can a bush continue burning without burning up? So, question: who appeared to Moses? And what was strange about the bush? Then out of the bush, the angel of the Lord speaks. The Lord said, I have seen the troubles my people have suffered in Egypt, and I have heard their cries when the Egyptian slave masters hurt them. I am concerned about their pain. So now I am sending you to the king of Egypt. Go, bring my people, the Israelites, out of Egypt. God said, I will be with you. This will be the proof that I am sending you. You will lead the people out of Egypt. Then all of you will worship me on this mountain. Another question. What did God want Moses to do? How did Moses answer God? Well, we'll find that answer out in a moment. But at this point, what do you think Moses is thinking? What do you think Moses will say? What do you think Moses will do with God's new task? Moses said to the Lord, But Lord, I'm not a skilled speaker. I have never been able to speak well. And now, even after talking to you, I'm not a good speaker. I speak slowly and can't find the best words. Then the Lord said to him, "Who made man's mouth? And who makes him deaf or not able to speak? Or who gives a man sight or makes him blind? It is I, the Lord. Now go. I will help you speak. I will tell you what to say." But Moses said, "Please, Lord, send someone else." The Lord became angry with Moses. He said, "Your brother Aaron, from the family of Levi, is a skilled speaker. He is already coming to meet you. And he will be happy when he sees you. I will tell you what to say. Then you will tell Aaron. I will help both of you know what to say and do." So how did God offer to help Moses? How did Moses answer God? Why do you think Moses didn't want to do what God wanted him to do? So looking back, we can see that God was ready to give Moses everything he needed to succeed in the task he was giving him. By sending Aaron along with Moses and by showing Moses how powerful he was, this is God now, God took away any possible excuse Moses could come up with. There were many other ways that God prepared Moses for the task he was asking him to do. God used the 40 years Moses spent in Midian in the desert to prepare him for all the challenges he would face in doing the task God was asking him to do, in leading the Hebrews out of slavery, out of Egypt. In Exodus chapter 3 it says, "One day Moses was taking care of Jethro's sheep. Moses led the sheep to the west side of the desert." What kind of things do you think Moses learned from taking care of these sheep in the desert? Well, surely he had to learn how to find grass, how to find water, how to protect the sheep from wild animals, how to find his way around, how to hunt for food. So the question is, why are these helpful skills to have? Why do you think God is asking him to do this job? Well, Moses would be able to take care of the Hebrew people in the desert like he did the sheep. God also used that time to prepare the Hebrews as a nation, the nation of Israel, who happened to spend 40 years in the wilderness after escaping slavery in Egypt. So what can we learn from this story? Well, sometimes we face challenges and are given difficult tasks. It isn't always easy to accept the challenges we're given, is it? Moses was given a tough job, and because it scared him, he tried to make every excuse under the sun to not do what God was asking him to do. But notice, God listened. God didn't just cross his arms and wait for Moses to muddle through the job alone. He helped Moses as he promised. He gave Moses what he needed. Now in our lives, each of us has to face hard jobs, hard tasks, but we aren't on our own. We have God's help, even when we think we can't do something. What tasks do you find hard at the moment? It might be spelling, telling the time, maths, reading, tying your shoelaces, talking or reading in front of your class, making friends, playing a sport, tests, finishing off a project. What could you ask God for help with right now? Because God is willing to help you in those tasks. But you also must learn to be patient with yourself and with God. Well, thanks for watching. There is a short craft activity for you that is downloadable on our website. Bye for now.